Growing up, I was a very active kid. I played soccer for 3 different teams. I ran track. I wrestled.
From very young age, he was very independent, very electric kid. It was no stop for him.
Pete was always very outgoing. Always, I don't know if it was the Boy Scout in him that always wanted to go hiking, play soccer, do stuff around the house.
Decided to go into law enforcement. I started as an Elizabeth Auxiliary police officer. Then I got hired by Department of Homeland Security.
Pete was assigned to initially to my unit to handle a lot of surveillance, and which was, he was head and shoulders above the other guys on the unit when it came to surveillance.
I was deporting aggravated felons. These are people that range anywhere from a drug trafficker, human smuggling, murder. Really, I was at the peak of my career. Yeah, I was going through a divorce. It was going to be rough for a little while, but then me and the ex-wife, we were going to be good co-parents for the best interest of the girls. A big weight would be lifted off my shoulder, and then I would continue my life with work, being a good dad, the best dad I could be.
And why did Daddy pick you up early?
For the pool.
So that means you're gonna go in the pool with Daddy?
Yeah.
Do you want to go in the pool with Daddy?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay, love you.
I love you.
On July 4th, 2017, I was coming home from family's house after watching the fireworks. I was about 2 blocks away from home when I saw 2 headlights coming at me. Guy made a left into me, and the next thing I know, I was on the ground. I couldn't see anything. My eyes were wide open, but everything was black. I don't know why. People were trying to get me to talk. I couldn't because I couldn't breathe. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was in bad shape. So instantly, I started thinking about my daughters. And it was fight to breathe, think about your daughters. Fight to breathe, think about your daughters. And that's up until the ambulance came, grabbed me, and took me to the hospital. That's all that was going through my mind.
I was devastated when I see him in the hospital. 10 days in coma. After they tried to take his breathing tubes the first time, at that time he woke up and it was total lost.
I knew it was bad, but I did not know how bad it really was until they told me my injuries. I had a dropped foot. I needed reconstructive surgery on my knee. I needed to replace my ACL, MCL, and PCL. I had broken my femur, which they inserted a metal rod from my knee up to my hip. An injury to my left tibia plateau on my left knee. I had torn my right bicep. I have torn both rotator cuffs on my shoulders. I had broken my collarbone. I tore my labrum on my left side. I had adrenal gland rupture. I had a L4, L5 fracture. I had broken all my ribs on both sides. I had a collapsed lung. That is why I was having difficulty breathing, because of that, and because A year later, I come to find out, when I got to the ER, I had about 5 minutes left of life because my lungs were filling up with blood. So I was literally drowning in my own blood. And those were my initial injuries. Later, come to find out, I was actually blind on my right eye. So I wear glasses now because to help me read, and actually to protect my left eye, because that's all I have left. I lost 90% of my vision on my right eye. All I have is my peripheral. In addition, while the car was on top of me, I had a hernia, which was pretty big. It went from my belly button all the way to my left kidney. After my hernia surgery, things went sideways, and I caught an infection because of the hernia surgery, which caused me to be in the hospital for about a week with 104, 103, 104 fever. Coming out of the hospital, I was still bedridden. During that time, my mom took care of me, and that was a hard pill to swallow. You know, being a 37-year-old, having your mom wipe your behind after going to the bathroom and giving you sponge baths. That was a tough pill to swallow. I'm starting to learn how to walk again. And then I start noticing my breathing is labored when I'm just talking to people. So I went to go see an ENT. ENT said, "We need an emergency tracheostomy. Your vocal cords are paralyzed." So I needed an emergency tracheostomy so I'm able to breathe. And I had that for a year and 3 months. So now I need a reconstructive surgery on my throat. Eating a potato chip, I gotta be careful to crush it into very small pieces and eat it that way. Same thing with an M&M. I would have to grab a couple, smash it, and then eat it. Because if one of those chips gets lodged in that hole that I have back there, I can't cough it up, and the Heimlich doesn't work on me. Regular household chores that a normal person would just do and not think about, it's more complicated for me. I take a lot longer. I need to take rest breaks. I get winded. I lose my breath. The accident has affected me, how I interact with my daughters. Sometimes they ask me to play tag with them, and I try to divert by saying, well, Daddy will be base. Just recently, my oldest has asked me to teach her how to ride a bike. And, you know, I didn't tell her. I can't do it. I can't run. I can't chase after her. I can't run alongside her and hold the bike as she's trying to learn how to balance it. Another thing they asked me to do is to throw the ball. I could toss it, and that's only a few feet away. I can't toss a football or throw a baseball or a tennis ball like I used to.
Makes you feel like he was robbed of the future almost. You know what I mean? Like it was taken away.
So.
And he didn't deserve that, didn't do anything wrong to deserve that. You know, and just robbed of creating, not that he can't create memories with his kids, but creating different kinds of memories had he not had sustained that accident. And how do you put a price on that?
No.
I mean, you can't. You know, how do you delineate a number? I don't think you can.
As a result of Pete's accident, he would be unable to complete the qualifications that would keep him certified as an officer.
I just want my son follow his daughter's dreams, like he's saying, because his dream is, it cannot be chasing anymore, his dreams, because his dream finished in July 4th, 2017.
So now I know my career is gone, and the next question that pops into my mind is, what am I going to do? What kind of work can I do? I mean, I can't sit for too long. I can't look at a screen all day. My body in the morning is unpredictable. My breathing sometimes is unpredictable. My leg and how I move is unpredictable in the morning. There's days I wake up that I need a few minutes to kind of stretch and get my limbs going. There are days I need to sit underneath the shower for 20 minutes in hot water to loosen up everything. What kind of job is going to be that flexible with me? What job am I going to be able to get that is low, physically demanding, but will accommodate my unpredictability? I can't think of one. It's important for me to pay it forward, second chance at life. That's why I volunteer at the hospital to help other trauma patients. Today I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. My daughters share a bedroom. Not the life I envisioned. I hurt, I suffer. I'm flesh and bone. But I'm still grateful for everything I have today.